Hey, Raheem, man, what advice do you give someone that want to get into the same avenue as you, like as acting and comedy?
Well, to be completely honest, I think those are two different you know, types of advice. I mean, with comedy, I think it's easier to try to do comedy than it would be to act. But then at the same time, you would be able to get into acting and feel more successful than you would to get into comedy if you ain't good. Because I done seen a whole lot of comedians try to start doing comedy, and it's just harder to adjust because for one, everybody got a different type of humor. You know what I mean? And that really hurt new comedians because you can come in and you think you gonna kill them. You know what I'm saying? You got your best jokes, but you go in there and that joke ain't for the crowd you're in. It ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Like you got to be able to know where you're gonna go and what type of people are gonna be there because like I got this one joke where I talk about Tussie. You know what I mean? I'll be talking about my grandmom and I'll be talking about the old deodorant Tussie.
Yeah.
I did that joke and I started the joke before I realized I shouldn't do it here. But I did it in front of this older white crowd. I mean, like it was like mostly, I would say 90% of them were senior citizen white people. All right.
Ouch.
They probably didn't really get down with Tussie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything else I was doing was good, but as soon as I mentioned Tussie, a few people understood what I meant. A couple people, most people didn't. So I had to make sure I rolled out of that joke. So if a lot of your material don't, appeal to where you're going, you just gonna bomb. And bombs, when you get up on bomb on stage, it's the worst feeling. It even looked bad. You know what I mean? But acting, you can really get into acting and just start off doing background work. You can take classes. You know what I mean? You can grow that craft. But if you ain't funny, you just ain't funny.
Have you bombed?
I haven't bombed. What I consider what was my bomb, I actually did this open mic that this guy had invited me to like 2 or 3 times, and I just never went. And then I decided to go. And dog, when I got there, it was literally like just this bar in downtown DC. It's a Wednesday night, not that many people out. It was more comedians there than it was people that came for the comedy show. It was like maybe 2 people sitting in the chairs in front of the stage, and then the other 6, maybe 5 or 6 people were like way in the back sitting at the bar. So the goal was to try to get some of them to come over here, but it was like a game on or something. And they wanted no interest. So I'm up there going hard with my 15 minutes, and like the comedians, I'd have seen the comedians before, so some of them already know my jokes. And it's all you hear is one of the random people over here drunk. So it was like, yo, it ain't that I'm not funny right now. It ain't nobody in here to make laugh. So, but that same feeling is, I'm pretty sure what it feels like to bomb, but just with more people. But yeah, no, I haven't really had a bomb.
Yo.
There's been moments where some of my joke, like maybe one of my jokes didn't go over, but my next joke killed, so it made up for it.
That is messed up, though. That's messed up when you just with your friends and tell a bad joke and then smile like, yeah. I could just imagine.
Exactly,
I could just
bro.
imagine a room full of people. Oh my gosh, man.
Yo,
Man,
I'm trying to tell you, like, dog, I actually did a show in, what was it, December? And dog, I seen the worst bomb I ever seen. I'm talking about, it was like one of them Nagasaki and Hiroshima type bombs. It was dramatic. I had went up, I had did my set, I did 20 minutes and was killing this. It probably was like a room of like 100 people at this hotel. And the next dude went up there and people were asking, who do we get to get him off stage? Like, yo, it was crazy.
Oh,
then
no.
he picked, and then what some people will do to get to change, switch over, they'll pick somebody in the crowd and try to like go in with them. You know what I mean? Like maybe a back and forth joke to create a different type of atmosphere. Dog, the person he picked in the crowd was a comedian. And the comedian started roasting him. He was roasting him. It was just terrible. It was terrible. I don't think you can get worse than that, bro. I really don't. Besides actual booing, I don't think it could get worse.
So you just have to know your audience so you won't get bombed. Is that correct?
So you won't bomb, yeah. Because like I said, like y'all, if I did a show back home, we know what's funny back home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I come there and I start talking about some city boy life and stuff like that, everybody from the city, they don't understand. They can't relate. Yeah. So it's like once you relate, or I just start talking about, like I do this one joke called Bag of Bags. If I do that in front of any black audience, I win every single time.
Please give us a piece of it.
No!
Please. Come on, man. I'll put something in the Cash App. Come on.
Yes, put that Cash App on the chat, though.
Right. Right. No, all right. So the Bag of Bags joke, so I'm a storytelling comedian. So my jokes become funnier because I'm taking you somewhere with me. You get what I'm saying? So like I'll do a joke about like me and how I was in college and how broke I was, how I ate ramen noodles until my eyes got red one week and like just living broke. And then I started dating older women. And then when I dated older, I dated like older. Like I was dating chicks that was older than their birthday. You see what I'm saying? Like I was dating old heads. Like I was dating this one chick. And I called her, see if she still wanted to come out. I hit her up. She answered the phone. She was like, hello? I was like, hey, Mildred, we still going out on the town tonight? And like, as soon as I'm really in character and I say Mildred, like we all got somebody old in our family or know somebody old named Mildred.
Oh, yeah.
And then I do this whole, I'm telling you, it's totally different. Like, I can actually, I got the bit recorded.
Uh-huh.
And I can send y'all a piece of the bit, like the lead up. But the Bag of Bags junk, yo, like that Tussie, if Jesus was a woman, like it's some stuff that you just don't do in front of, certain crowds. But when you do it at the right place. Yeah. And like white people, I do this Abraham joke, this circumcision joke. White people love that to death. Black people don't like it as much. But white people be turning pink in the face. So
wow, I never even thought about that. I mean, I get the age, but I never like just something that it wouldn't hit home with us. But I guess you just got to know your crowd.
Yeah, it's all about the culture, man. And actually, so with comedy, my manager wants me to become more. He wants me to stay more of a mainstream comedian because of the fact that I'm clean. And it's weird. It's not weird to say, but unfortunately, it's not a lot of black mainstream comedians. You see what I'm saying? A lot of black comedians just like to be urban comedians. And they like to get on stage and cuss and say ratchet stuff. So as a black guy, when I do that one room, where it's older white people, like maybe 75% of the time, I'm the only black guy in there or the only black person. You know what I mean? On the lineup out of like 12 people. And I'll host the joint sometimes. So it's different. So you got to understand what type of funny that crowd like. You know what I'm saying? Like white people don't really care about pit bull jokes or, broke jokes. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because if you ain't broke, you feel uncomfortable laughing at broke people.
Right. I got you. So how important has like having that manager? Cause I've heard you bring up your manager a bunch. Like how important is that? Like, is it just guidance? What is it?
Yeah, it's definitely the guidance. It's the advice. So my manager actually used to be a talent coordinator for Comic View and for Def Jam Comedy and like almost anything that used to come on in the early 2000s and 90s on HBO. Like for anybody that was on those shows, he sent them. You know what I mean? He was that guy who was at the tryouts and auditions and was like, all right, let's pick him. Let's have him come on this week with this person. That's what he did. And actually he serves as like that staff. You know what I'm saying? Like Moses was always with the staff. He always had his staff. You know what I mean? You never knew what the staff did, but he had it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my manager really just like guides me and really just gives me the best advice. He never tells me what to do. And he'll tell me that quick. He was like, look, I'm never gonna tell you what to do. I'll tell you what you probably should do, but it's up to you to do it. And I'm like, dog, I don't pay you to just let me do whatever I want to do.
Right. You got to earn this.
Yeah, you got to go ahead. Come on, man. What we gonna do?
Right.
But and I mean, he even helps me with telling me, you know, what jokes I shouldn't do some nights. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows the area a lot more. So actually, I had the same manager. I got introduced to my manager by another comedian who actually, he and I had, you know, we shared a manager. His name Mike Washington. He actually works with Cheryl Underwood. So if Cheryl Underwood goes anywhere to do a show, she only works with Mike Washington. Like if Cheryl Underwood has to have somebody else open up for her, she won't do the show. Like,
right.
like this guy, like this, he an OG in the game. Mike Washington, you gotta look him up. He's hilarious. And so yeah, he actually heard about me when I did a couple shows, and he was like, "Nah, man, I gotta put you down with my manager," and it's just been like that ever since. So
that's what's up.
So in DC, do you go to more like bars and open mics, or you go do improv? You do improv.
So that's the thing. So it's a different type of community than what it might look like from the outside. DC Improv is one of those places where you're either a really high up name, and they know that if they put you on the ticket, people are paying to come see you. Like if they put, you know, like people like not like a Kevin Hart or something like that wouldn't be there, but like a Affion Crockett or, you know, a Chris Spencer. You see what I'm saying? Like some of these other B, C, and D list names, you know what I mean? What's the dude? Country Wayne, stuff like that. Those are the people that are selling out at the improvs. And then the other people that you see doing the improvs, most of the time, they took the classes there and they became a part of the clique. A lot of these improvs and a lot of the those comedy club chains, like Funny Bone and stuff like that, it be cliques a lot of times. Like either you know the people to get you in there, or you don't know them, or they gotta hear about you. So I don't really be pressed to go in there. First off, you don't even make that much money anyway to go into those rooms unless you're a headliner. So I probably book 80% of my gigs off of, as private events.
Okay.
I be doing birthdays, family reunions, joints at churches for different things, and you know what I mean, stuff like that. And then open mics. I used to do a lot of open mics, like just, you know, trying out material and stuff like that at different bars and stuff. But my manager, after a while, when I started booking a lot of paid events, he was like, you know, let's cut back on those, because what's the point of you going to this bar and doing this 15-minute set for free in front of 50 people when someone is about to pay you this much money to do that same 15 minutes tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? He was like, you're letting them get that much free entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, yo, just take these bookings, you know? So, and I was definitely at one point making sure I had a booking every week. You know what I mean? At least 2, sometimes 2 and 3 a week. So since this whole thing, I've probably had I canceled. Well, not I'd canceled, but like they got canceled. I think like 3 birthday parties, a family reunion, and I think maybe like 4 church events since the pandemic. And I mean, I had to pay deposits back. You know what I mean? Like I was good with, you know, not having to do these open mics. So it's just a matter of applying yourself and getting that stream of support. So I don't know. This pandemic probably, I'm not gonna say it did, you know, God got me, but it probably slowed down the momentum, because like at the end of last year, like I said, when I did that play, man, like my following was just like crazy, and people were like, oh, that was you. Oh, we got to get you to come to our church. Da, 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 da. And I was like, all right, bet. This is my fee. Boom. Like, and we'll see.
So have you done any gigs on the Eastern Shore back at home?
I have. I did 2. I've done 2 gigs on the shore. I did one in Exmoor, at a church in Exmoor, and then they actually even referred me to their parent church in Chesapeake to do a gig in June. So on June 13th, I'm supposed to be out in Chesapeake doing the church joint for them. and then I did another one in Nelsonia.
Okay.
You know where the Royal Farms is in Nelsonia?
Yeah, on the highway. Yeah.
Yeah. So the joint across the street, I forgot the name of that church. Is that Macedonia?
You talking the one right across the street from Royal Farms?
Yeah, but so right across the street from Royal Farms and go down that road.
Oh, okay.
I think it is Macedonia.
Yeah, that's Macedonia.
I think it is Macedonia.
That's Macedonia? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did a joint there before too. I did like a 45-minute set. A bunch of people I knew from school and their parents and older people. You know what I mean? So that was dope. So I've done 2 on the shore. Somebody else hit me up about trying to get me to put together a show in Salisbury. Dude named Tyrell, but I don't know what that was about, and I'm not a promoter, you know what I mean? And
Right.
I want to just go out on a limb and be like, yeah, I'll bring 150 people there. Like, how do I know if 150 people want to come see me do comedy in Salisbury? So I don't know. I think it might be something cool to do after this pandemic though, but we'll see. We'll see. I know everybody tired of being in the house.
So take me back to when you did it on the shore. How did you feel? Like, it's like you doing it back at home. Like, was it like a different type of feeling versus you doing it in DC?
So I think it was 2 different ones, and it was because I'm from up the road.
Yeah.
So the show I did up the road was way more fun than the one I did down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
the beef. Up the road, down the road.
Yeah, up the road, down the road type joint. And it's not even that. I mean, I did the one down the road. I did that one, and when I went there, the crowd wasn't exactly how I thought it was. And then mind you, you gotta understand I'm at a church.
Yeah.
So the one thing you can never really tell when you do a church is how religious are these people. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's some religious Christians that, like, you shouldn't be talking like that in the church. You know what I mean? Like the people that, like the women that only wear skirts and stuff like that. It's harder to make them laugh because they just so solid in the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not even supposed to be playing in church. And here I am upstairs jumping around acting a fool. You know, so that church was a little stiffer, but and there was a lot of older people, but it was like either they was kind of stiff, and then I had there was 7 or 8 people that was weak the whole time, dog. Like, it was like, all right, y'all, it wasn't even that funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, y'all hyping me, like coming up to me afterwards, yo, can you say that again? Like, yo, the show over. I'm not about to say the joke again in this little small crowd of people. Like, so it was either way, but the joint at Macedonia was lit, and that's because most of the people knew me, and it was a younger crowd, so it was dope.
That's what's up, man. What are your or did y'all already talk about future plans, future shows?
Well, I mean, like I was just saying a second ago, a lot of the joints got canceled already.
Right.
I had to send some deposits back. That hurt me. I didn't want to do that, but contract is a contract.
No
but
doubt.
I have one in June that hasn't been canceled yet, and no, actually 2 in June haven't been canceled just yet, and I think I had something on July 4th. I don't even think I put that on the calendar because when they booked, it was around the time that everything was getting canceled. So I don't know. That's as far back as I have comedy shows. Somebody did ask me about doing something in October and December, but I don't count anything I don't have a contract for. If you ain't signed no contract yet, I ain't got no deposit, I ain't got no show. So
it's a way to do business, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Corona really didn't change a whole lot. And then even after this, I don't even, that whole industry might be different because who knows how soon people want to really be around that many people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that social distancing too.
Yeah. Like, how soon do you think you're gonna go to the movies after this?
It's gonna take some time.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I got too many ways to watch that joint for free now. You know how many streaming apps I know about now?
Yo, why is it that, I guess because we on the same path, I guess. I said the same thing at work, and homeboy was like, yo, yeah, I can't wait for them to open back up. I'm like, yo, you watching all the movies now without the theaters? Like,
oh, what? Right.
Yeah. I'm like,
I can get some popcorn for $1 now and microwave it in my own house. I can get a 20-ounce Pepsi myself. I don't need to pay $37
Right.
and plus 15 for the ticket. I can do all of that for $3.99 now. So I'm cool.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you taking your time out for this day. If everybody, y'all got anything else?
Just how can they reach you? How can they see you?
Oh, hit me up, man. Clean Ryheem, and it's RYHEEM. That's all my social media handles. You can type in Ryheem on Facebook, Ryheem Johnson. I'll pop up, and even I actually have a comedian actor page too. I prefer people to follow my personal page, my comedy actor page, because if nothing going on, I don't really post on that. It's one of those like fan pages type of things. But yeah, man, Clean Ryheem, man, hit me up. Oh, and I got a website too. And that's also www.cleanryheem.com. So I'll put links up on there sometime when I do have shows. I put flyers up there. So yeah, you can find me on there too.
Well, that's what's up, man. We appreciate you, man.
Y'all here supporting, man. Supporting the VSVA zone, man. Ryheem, man.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. And
Yes,
good luck with Culturally Rich, man. Hope y'all prosper with this.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you. Same to you, man.
Thank you.